Cows in the sunrise. They're pretty evenly scattered clear across the whole field. There's, I don't know, like there was 2 or 3 cows in the feed barn when I come by, and there's 2 just going up the lane. And the others are scattered out a little bit. Looks like it come around just wrong. Nothing new. Seat's always wet in the morning anyway. Must have stepped on a barking spider. I don't think it was a frog. And usually they're loose in the morning. A little loose anyway. Alright, you gotta get an up close personal look. This side the pin actually still works. And we bring the feet up. Push the handle in, hold the feet up. Like how straight I drove out yesterday. It goes on that angle because I didn't park very straight yesterday. I would have thought I was drunk or something. This one, holes wobbled out. So I got to hold it, which you got to hold it like this. You take your hand off with the handle, and I got to have both hands, so I'll bring you back. I didn't show you the rest. Kind of takes 2 hands to get that hooked up, and then lifting it, and then getting that undone. I've been cheating. That's actually a handle slid onto a bracket on there. That's in case you have to roll this thing up by hand. It'll slip on over the coupler, I think is what it's supposed to do. Which really doesn't make sense, because if you're hooked up over the coupler, you're turning everything back to here too. But if it works. But it's just about right to hang that on. And then drive carefully. There's maybe a gallon of water. 2 gallons of water left in that, but I'm not going that far. And one of the best things we ever did in this low riser was when we redid the fence and did the gates, put gravel up here. I filled the hole because, oh my gosh, that was nice. I can stand here with dry feet on solid ground and not sink up to my knees trying to get it done. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's up a little higher. I get lower elevation, it gets higher, and it still hits me in the eyes. So all I'm doing is going to the next one, and maybe I'll show you undoing it. And I got it parked close enough to the right spot. I could pull ahead a little more. I got a little slack in the hose, but I'd rather have a little slack than not enough. So then the noisy part, because this one I can't lock the dog back. So, oh wait a minute, I lied. This one the dog does lock back. I got to figure out what side I'm on. And being manual, that's how that's done. I goofed though. I usually lower the carriage first. No big deal. This one is the noisy one. Get them in the ground good enough. And I like these winches that you can take backwards. Yeah, and that's that making noise. That upright hits that bar, and then that's what shuts everything off. But unfortunately, I think that's in the wrong spot. I mean, it's probably in the right spot for better balance, but when you go to raise it up, this bar goes that way first, and it binds it hard, and that's what pins that. So, I mean, it's not as big of a deal until you go to actually fold it clip to move it. And I know the clutch is tight, so I cheat. Spin this thing backwards, turns that backwards, takes pressure off it. Then it comes off. I think I showed this part before. Oh yeah, and since I got my leaky, we always make sure that our drip pan is in place. Try to keep the water off the gearbox. And let's see, just to show you how we're doing there. Lots of ryegrass in here too. Some of this is only like 3 or 4 inches tall, but nice and green. And get over like right in here. That stuff's straightened out. There, give you an idea. Hopefully my phone didn't rotate. That's just below my knee. May as well just do a video on doing this, right? I'm almost there. I'll probably mix it in. Unhook that so I can let go of it, spin around and hook up to the carriage. And yes, all while avoiding that. One nice thing about this tractor, I can run it all day long without having to sit down. If the seat's wet. Ready for water. And Dino. What's up, bud? Huh? Wait, don't run away. I want to teach you the word of the Lord. Don't run away. Sorry, had to. I don't know what the proper words are for that. But hey, got him anyway. Gotta have a little fun, right? If not, may as well not even be here. Yeah, a bunch of them don't care to go in yet. That's all right. When they go in, they all tend to drink together, and that sucks the trough down. I still want to find a different float, or another float, actually. I want to find one of those ball types that flow a lot more water and set it below the level of the other floats, so when it gets down, it fills quick. Oh, well, I gotta go turn the pump on. How much water was in here last night? Oh, just a little bit over there, a little mud, not even any water. And when you got freaking gophers in here, you get that much water, you either flood them out, or the little bastards find a little pocket. There's 2 fresh holes right between me and the Traveler. The other side of the pipe over there at the base of the hill, there's 2 more fresh ones. The one up the hill was open when I came down to shut the pump off. And the other one, the little bastard's working right now. He just kicked dirt out. There he is. Yeah. I don't got nothing to shove him. Pop him in the head with. I was thinking I might run up and grab the 410 and come back down and wait for him when I come over to start the pump, but you know, I might still be able to get him. Be a good time to have the burner set up, because it's wet down here right now. There ain't no way I'm gonna burn nothing, but I gotta have time to do that too. It takes about 15 minutes per spot that you do. And over here, it'd obviously be at least 2 spots, because I don't think these are connected with those. They might actually be in the same tunnel system, though. Be surprised. Because we've smoked them where you might smoke one where those 2 calves are in the center of the screen. I mean, they're probably almost 300 feet from me. And then there's one right here, too. Little bastards. His nose is just sticking up the hole. Just popped it back in. The other bike's got a shovel for digging out gopher holes. And if I could get around next to him, I could pop him in the head with it, but I got nothing on this bike. Hell, even pistol would get that sucker from this range. Anyway, we find smoke coming up as far as up by the Traco. So, oh well, I might see if I can get these little buggers this morning, because I pissed them off yesterday with all the water. Dang traffic jam. Had to pass some to come up. I wasn't sure if that Traveler was moving, so I had to come up and make sure things were turning. And they were headed back out. Yeah. Mini Moo and Lena both together. Look out. Had a couple of them that decided they wouldn't let me pass. They had to race me to the top. So they caught up with the others that were in front of them. And of course, as they get to me, they got to run. So everybody's running over here, so they get all excited over there. That'd be a mini moo calf right there with the horns. We got a bunch of horns this year. Both bulls either have skurs or have horns in their background. Yay. Last year wasn't too bad. A couple years ago we used some of that dehorning paste and it worked really good, but you got to catch them when they're young, and some of these don't have the right shape to their head when they're young enough. Like when they're born, you don't notice it, and then it changes a little and they pop out with horns. And I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait. These little ones that all turn around and run back up if I kept going, but they'll come past me here, so oh well. Get all the tiny tots at the end. Kind of funny how that works. They all got their own little cliques, but for the most part they intermingle. I don't know why she gets all upset every time when a bunch of calves come through here. If she's out where she can see, she thinks hers is over here, and it's not. Oh, they're all still filing out up there. It is. Hell, I've got 3 hours trying to get that sumbitch in. Those two nuts down there, that's what hold the cutter bar to the machine. We had to take both frickin' pins out to get it low enough to get it back together. And in the long run, all New Holland had to do was the original shield in there. If it was 1/8 of an inch shorter, you could take this in and out without dropping the fricking cutter head. And by the way, we ran 2 John Deeres before this. One for, well, until they come out with the next series. They had a 1327, and when they came out with a 1460, which replaced it, and had the modifications that we actually suggested so we didn't burn belts off the thing anymore, they never had this issue. One of those machines we ran for over 20 years. And at the time we were cutting between 400 and 600 acres a year. Not to mention the 400 acres of silage that we cut for a dairy. This machine hasn't cut more than 300 acres a year. It's been here since '09. That's the 3rd drive light in it. Oh, by the way, and I hate those. That cost us at least 2 days of dry time over having the impeller conditioner. In some cases, more than 2 days. I expected to tell y'all, we're getting a little bit done today. Ain't a damn thing here to speak of, but we're getting it. Counter don't work right on that baler. I think I fixed it today, but I don't know for sure. Partway through the day. Only 164 bales on the counter. And all honestly, 5 years ago, we took a full semi-load of big bales off this place. Plus, we got like 2 bale wagon loads off this low part where the grass is better. I got 1 bale wagon load. 8 of those bales came out of this part. The rest were over there. This is freaking disgusting. But, if I turn that lever on, things work better. Make sure I'm still on the right programming, because not that you can see it. Stacked PC is what I need. Does 9 high on edge when we set it up. And that is all canary grass, and there's a hole right there. Since I got to come by with the big baler anyway to do the next field down the road, we'll just throw that in a big bale. May or may not leave a bale here, who knows. But I had to get the mower done, so I had room to be able to dump that load I had on. And really only going to be another load here. maybe a couple of bales, have the kids throw them in the pickup. That was disappointing. There's one stack there off that field we just did, and there's 63 bales on there, and there's a little bit of canary grass we'll put in a big bale, which isn't even going to be half a bale, I don't think. I expected, being a short year, I still figured at least 2.5 or 3 bale wagon loads. So we got, yeah, half of what I expected for this crappy year. So until we do some second cut here at home on what we've been watering, we're done with small bales. I got to get those in the barn, and still got about 40 acres to put in big bales, and then we're done. That's it. And we hope to God we make her through.